You want to know one thing I realized as I've grown and changed as an individual? Perfectionism will ruin your dreams and destroy your beliefs on whatever you won't pour into. Because a lot of people know me as the artist Kunta K, but some people know me as Creation and Elevation, but I rebranded with a Hard Not Lifer. One thing that I've realized as I've grown and I've gotten older is like perfectionism, like trying to do everything perfect and trying to do everything right the first time will stop you from even progressing. There's many times in doing this content creation and making music where because something wasn't perfect, it wasn't the way I wanted it to be, or it wasn't the way I envisioned it in my head perfectly, I would hinder myself and I would stop myself and I would beat up on myself for not creating that perfect thing. But the thing is, we are such flawed individuals as human beings that we have to embrace the fact that we're flawed and we're going to create flaws. Anything that we try to do, any relationships, anything within our life will never be perfect because of our nature. We're flawed beings, so the things that we create aren't always going to be perfect. There will be mistakes, there will be flaws upon the road, but it's really embracing those flaws, honing and removing the bad habits, honing and removing the things that aren't good, or I don't know how to find a word, but the thing is, you need to you need to make mistakes. You need to mess up. You need to not do it well or perfect because that's what gives you the opportunity to grow into the person that you need to be. I feel as if you constantly beat yourself up for not being able to perform a certain way, what happens is you put yourself in a place to where your self-esteem is being constantly attacked. And that's what I did to myself. And I just want to say this so you don't do it to yourself. Because when you beat yourself up for not performing the way you may have performed, you might affirm on yourself that certain things, or you might affirm some self-doubt, and that self-doubt can actually manifest within your life and cause you to give up entirely. This channel is a perfect example. I'm very inconsistent because I always look for something perfect to tell people, always looking for something to talk to people about, always looking for lessons that I've learned within my life to share with people. But the thing is, the road will never be perfect. The thing is, all I have to do is keep going and make mistakes there. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and everything will progress. So I'm just saying this to say that perfection will kill your dreams. Being a perfectionist will kill your dreams. It will kill opportunities. It will kill relationships. Because I even took this into some of my relationships. I had that ideal partner in my mind. And when people came who had their flaws like human beings have, I didn't accept it. There were certain things of course, judge a tree by its fruits. If you want somebody in your life, you're never supposed to judge people, but if you want somebody in your life or somebody tries to come into your life, you're supposed to judge them by their fruits. But for me, it's more or less I had that image within my mind of this is what it's going to be, that's how it's going to be, so I couldn't accept or receive things or potential blessings within my life. Same thing with my music. I wasn't able to manifest the music that I wanted because everything that I was doing was not good enough for myself, until I had to sit down, reassess myself, reassess where this perfectionism is coming from. And that's one thing that I want to say. Get down to the root of the problem. Why do you feel like everything has to be perfect? Why do you always feel like you have to have some type of control over certain things? For me, I became a perfectionist because around me, I never really had control of the things around me. You know what I mean? And I'm somebody, I like being able to have that control, have that put that energy and that time into something and be able to have it turn out into this. You know what I mean? That type of control. But get down to the root. What is your why? Why do you do it? But one thing I'll tell you is build yourself up. Anytime you fail, self-affirm that, it's just a part of the journey. It's just a part of the process. And anytime you get that little head that little voice in your head that tells you that whatever you're doing is not good enough, it's good enough for the person that you are right now. With time, you will continuously grow and you will learn new things and you'll be able to establish or set new, I'm looking for the word, but you're going to be able to create. And in my aspect of art, I'm able to create better art, more honed art that represents me in a sense, because with time I'm able to understand, okay, this is what comes, this is what goes. You'll be able to siphon out the good and the bad until one day you have that thing that you envisioned. You know, I want to say that you keep on moving, you keep on creating. I hope you never stop. You know, life will always be difficult. Life will always throw things at us. But when you build a strong spirit, you will always be able to overcome. The biggest enemy is your mind, not this life. It's the Hard Knock Lifer. Y'all be easy. Remember, the world is yours.